Can Ashton Jeanty drag the Raiders' run game out of the dumpster, Soto?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I think a lot of the issues that we had going into last season was just a terrible run blocking scheme set aside by the offensive line coach and Luke Getsy. And it was just not enough time for Joe Philbin and Turner to fix it. It got better as the year progressed. You know, even Amir Abdullah had a 100-yard game at the end of the season. So it started getting better with guys that were backup players, not a guy to the talent of Ashton Jeanty or even Raheem Mostert for that matter. Mm-hmm. And the two guys that we had kind of being the lead backs in the beginning of the season just were a guy that people thought could be a starter, but it was more of a backup in Zamir White and Alexander Madison, who was a career backup. So it's not like we were putting these top end talent at running back out there and then we were just getting stuff. We had a very poor running back room as far as talent goes.
Arguably the worst running back room in the entire
NFL. It probably was
NFL.
the worst because we didn't have really a lead back. We didn't really have one.
It's like it's hard to think of like a worse one, and obviously made worse with Getsy, arguably the worst offensive coordinator in football. So there's a lot of things. There's a ton of there. So there's one thing worrying about me, and it's just like the amount of distance that needs to be covered because we weren't just the worst run game in football. We're the worst run game in football by a mile. Like it was really bad. So there's a lot of distance to cover to get the Raider run game to just average, let alone good. But there's a lot of things going for us this year, right? Pete Carroll's dedication to the run. We might just even make it up in volume, right? It's just like there's going to be a dedication to it. The threat of the deep ball. Gino Smith has a rocket of a deep ball. None of our quarterbacks last year could throw a decent deep ball. They can crowd the box. And they didn't even bother because the run game was so terrible. And then I think the giant wild card is Chip Kelly and what type of offense he's going to scheme up. He's proven to be pretty flexible and adjusting to who he has, what personnel he's got. And even when he had, when he was the OC of Ohio State and almost every single time the far superior roster, maybe one game they played a team that was, equal to them talent-wise. Not even Michigan, who beat them, was, I would say, as equal talent-wise. Only in the trenches, maybe. Anyway, rambling on. But what can Chip Kelly do about it, too? Because he needs to be able to lean into Ashton Jeanty's strengths and also get the most of this O-line. And like I've said 100 times, my primary concern, there's not a lot of concerns I have with Chip, but my primary concern is he demands a lot of his O-line, and our O-line is not elite. It's a good chance it could be below average. So he's going to have to scheme getting trash run game out of last year, basically starting from scratch and scheming with the tools that he has, a great backup tight end, a good left tackle, a burgeoning center, potentially, hopefully, this phenomenal new rookie running back that's going to take the entire NFL by storm and make it balanced enough where everything plays off the other. Enough deep balls so that you can run the ball, enough running the ball so you can do play action, enough intermediate balls to Brock and etc. Hopefully we have an X that comes, of the guys that we have, someone steps up as a big speedster X to take the ceiling off, etc., etc.
I think it all works together, and the fact that there is better talent, everything that you talked on or touched on, there's better talent now. Mm-hmm. Better talent in the coaching rooms, better talent on the offensive line, better talent outside at receiver, better talent at running back, better talent calling plays, better talent at quarterback. So everywhere you look, so it's not just the line. It's not just Ashton Jeanty. Everything that you see, everywhere you look around, there's more talent than there was last year. We had look. If you're a defense facing the Raiders last season, you're just saying, dude, Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, whoever else is back there, I dare you to beat me with your arm. Mm-hmm. The only way you can really beat us is if you control the clock and you run the ball on us and wear us down. That's the only way you can win.
Yeah.
And unless we beat ourselves. And this is something that a lot of the defenses said, okay, let's just pack the box and make it harder for them to run. And, the quarterback arms don't have the type of talent to beat you on their own. So if they end up doing it, well, let's just tip our caps to them like Baltimore did. Like, hey, you know what? You guys got us. You got some sacks when you needed to at the end of the game. You kicked some field goals, and you got us, But ultimately, 13 times, the defense had it right in the opposing team. So it's not just as simple as can Ashton Jeanty do it, because it's not just Ashton Jeanty that's an upgrade from last year. Now, I will say
that's just my clickbait. That's just my clickbait for the name of the video.
But with that being said, everything the same. If you put Ashton Jeanty on the team last year, the running game would have been better.